click, it just searches for it and removes it. And these are, free programs. They're
Huh.
great. They just came out with another one. It's called I think it's called Slim Cleaner. Um, and it is a combination of those two utilities. And no, that's not. It's a combination of Slim Computer and I wouldn't really so much say as like adware or spyware remover, but it removes some bad processes and things like that. Um, Unknown device identifier (UDI). It finds those unknown devices, downloads the drivers, or sends you. Well, it doesn't necessarily download the drivers, but it sends you to the site. It does a search for them and pulls them up.
So the
Um,
slim drivers that you were saying, that basically does like a scan of your computer, and will it find like unknown devices, or but does it also
oh,
look for newer versions of your your devices that you have now then?
it finds some of the unknowns, and it also grabs all the updated drivers. It does a pretty good job. I have about 90% luck with it. As far as the drivers. Once in a great while, it'll download a driver and it's actually not compatible, which you'll do that once in a while yourself. But a lot of times, especially like the C media drivers, oh God, those audio drivers are horrible. I swear there's like 4,000 of them, and every single computer they make got a different one. Oh, and that does an excellent job on those. I mean, that right there saves time because, yeah, I mean, I've gone to Dell and HP site, download the drivers, and there's 6 different ones. They don't know which one it is.
Yeah. Right. How do they not know that? That's crazy. I know what
I
you're
had no
saying. You get service
another
pack code.
another
You got a express
yeah,
code, I mean.
yeah, that, and it does. It's like it's tied to it. You built it. Don't you know what it is? Don't you know what you put on?
Right.
um, Another program. It was I heard about this on Podnutz once. UVK Ultra Virus Killer. www.carifred.com/UVK CARIFRED.com. It's great. It downloads and runs malware, malbites, super anti spyware, C cleaner, and it runs them unattended. So you click on it, you tell it to run, and it'll run them all. It's
Yeah.
really great. And then anybody that's not using Fab's auto backup, you're just wasting time trying to back up everything. I
That's,
have some more, but we're. I feel like I'm
speaking
just talking and talking.
speaking of fabs, right now, I think it is 25% off, and you don't need a coupon code or anything to get Fabs Auto Backup right now. So I think that comes out to about under 50, just under $50, I think, for that. Um, do you want to take an email question, or we got an email? Let me see what it is. But it's not really a question. We got an email from John Anderson, and he's got a repair tip for us. He says, use hot glue to build up rubber-like feet when the laptop or battery feet are missing. It works great. And then he includes a picture below, or includes a picture with his email. But how many how many laptops do you have coming in that's missing one or two of those little rubber feet on the bottom? That's a good idea. And then it's all rickety and sitting crooked and stuff, and you're typing on it and it's rocking back and forth. Yeah, so that's a nice little handy tip.
That
If
is.
any, go ahead.
Oh, with the hot glue. Hot glue can be your best friend when it comes to doing some of the DC jack repairs, especially with the DC cables, because some of those it just fits in, slides in, and the DC jack itself is fine. It's just the plastic that goes around that holds it in is broken. A little hot glue fixes that thing, no problem.
Just kind of set it in there while it's still a little warm, and
Hmm.
but yeah, yep. If anybody else has any questions or great tips like this, they could get a hold of us at Podnutz Daily at mail.podnutz.com. And also, this is something that a lot of people, if you want to throw a shout out or hear yourself on a podcast, call a voicemail. It's 7076 Podnut. And you get just give us a question on there, and we'll play it. We'll play the MP3 version of it on the show, and hopefully answer your question, or we'll listen to your tip, or we'll just stand there confused, with you, if we don't know the answer.
One of the greatest tools that I found was Podnutz. Going into the IRC, that's just been the guys in there, Highlander, Dragomir, just there's so many of them that are in there. You got a question, you're stumped on something, stop in, say hi, and shoot the question. There's a few of us that are in there almost 24/7. Highlander, I don't think he ever leaves. Dragomir, Dragomir, he's in there. Eric, he was on there a couple weeks ago, and he does. SEO. You got something with your website? Give him a ring. He'll help you out.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, man. Helping each other out, because it just makes us all so much more well-rounded when we got somebody's got each other's back, but we know we got somebody who's got our back if we get in a tight spot with something we just can't figure out. It's nice to have that support there. I owe a lot to Podnutz myself in that regard. There's a lot of things that I've learned on here. Well, do you have anything else, Chuck?
Well, we can save it for another show.
Okay. Well, can you tell everybody how to get a hold of you, or where to find you?
Certainly. www.newtoupc.com. Letter N, letter U, number 2, letter U, letter P, letter C. You can email me, Chuck, CHUQ, @newtoupc.com. If you're interested in any of the, city grid, living social information, get a hold of me, and I can help answer questions that you have, direct you to the right people. Questions about anything, just let me know. I'll see what I can do to help you out.
Very cool. And Chuck brought it up earlier, but another way, if you like listening to these podcasts and hearing all these great tips and questions getting answered, you want to find some easy ways to support the show and help keep it going. It's so easy. Just put in your favorites bar, or your favorites. Just use the Amazon and Newegg links for Podnutz, and just buy. You're going to buy your parts from there anyway. If you got an Amazon Prime account, you're probably buying all kinds of stuff from Amazon. So it doesn't. It's just the same clicking as it would be normally. It doesn't cost you anything, and just helps us all out. I think that's all we got for tonight's show. Thanks a lot for listening, and we'll see you next week.